Hi, in today's video I want to share with you my summer nighttime skincare routine. This is for the summer because we have a little bit more humidity and I do things slightly differently during these summertime months. So I'm going to jump right in. This is a little bit complicated, but I'll try to make it as easy as possible and tell you why I use the things that I do. So the first thing I do is I take off my eye makeup with Derma. I get the Synthe Bio H2O and I use these Shiseido cotton squares. I love the Shiseido cotton. It's really nice and soft. It's about $12 a bag, but a bag does last me for quite a while. I do not, like some YouTubers, I don't cut mine in half. I really use the whole pad on both sides for one eye. So I use 2 of these a night. But I love them. They don't pull or scratch on your eyes, and this takes all of your eye makeup off. Next, I really like to double cleanse, and right now I'm using the Hada Labo cleansing oil. I get it on Amazon and it lasts me quite a while. What I do is I take off my eye makeup, then I'll put 2 pumps of this in my hand with my hair tied back. I will run it all over my face and my neck to get off all of the makeup and sunscreen, just kind of to emulsify it is what it's doing. And so then I will run a wet washcloth over my face, and then I go in with my La Roche Posay Hydrating Gentle Cleanser for normal to dry skin. And this lasts a long time too. I will use a half a pump to a whole pump depending on how much stuff I've had on my face, whether I've used a lot of sunscreen or a lot of makeup, what kind of makeup, that sort of thing. So I'll use a little bit of this, and I'll generally go in the center of my face, but if I know I haven't quite gotten my jawline or areas on my neck, I'll go over it with that. It's a very quick process, and then I rinse it all off, and I feel like I've gotten everything off of my skin and it's ready to be moisturized. Then what I've been using recently is by Aven, and it's the Eau Thermal Spring Water. I'm using this because of the hard water that we have. We do have a water softener. Right now it's not working. My husband has to replace it. So this has really been a staple for me morning and night. Right after I rinse my face, I will spray this on with my eyes closed on my face and neck and get a liberal amount on, and then pat it in a little bit, let it dry just a little bit. The spring water I talked about in my morning skincare routine is for balancing out your skin, reducing redness, and prepping your skin for your next serum or moisturizer. And I heard about it on Dr. Dre's channel. She's a dermatologist, and it was specifically recommended for hard water or well water. Next, I'm using the Timeless Matrixyl Synth 6 Serum. It comes in this little glass bottle with a dropper. It's very liquid, like just slightly thicker water. And I'll put about 2 to 3 drops, rub it between my hands, apply it all over my face. You can go across your closed eyelids, your neck, your ears, the backs of your hands, your chest if you would like to. It's not that expensive. It's a fabulous serum for nighttime that I've really been enjoying. Then what I do next is, if my skin is particularly sensitive or dry, or if it happens to be a particularly dry day, then after the Matrixyl, I will apply a Snail mucin. I usually use the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. I'll use half a pump to a pump. If you haven't seen my Snail video and you're not familiar with it, it looks like that. It does have that stringy stickiness to it, so I don't use a lot. And what I'll do is I'll put it in my fingers, pull my fingers apart away from my face so I'm not running it across my lips or anything, and then just apply it to where I feel particularly dry or over my whole face and neck. It absorbs very quickly. It does not stay sticky whatsoever. There's no scent. There's no super tackiness to it that would be off-putting. So I use this or the Cosrx Advanced Snail 92 all-in-one cream. And this is for extra hydration and extra healing. Snail mucin is really good for healing stressed, dehydrated skin. There's the cream. Same thing. It's white. It's not clear like the other. but it's got the same sort of texture to it. They're very easy to use. They're really not offensive. No snails are harmed during the process of getting the mucin from them. If you're interested in learning more about snail mucin, what's in it, how it affects your skin, I'll go ahead and link my snail mucin video that I did quite a while ago. And then the moisturizer that I'm topping everything off with is the Ultimate Nourishing Rice Overnight Spa Mask by Cosrx. And if my skin is not feeling extra dry, then I go straight from the Matrixyl serum to this, and this would be my last step on a typical night during the week. This says it's a spa mask. You could use it like that, or you can use it like I do, just as a regular nighttime moisturizer. It's not a very thick cream. Even though it's called a mask, as you can see, it's not a thick cream. It really does just absorb right into your skin. It does protect it, however, it's not going to sink in completely and be not visible in the morning. You are going to feel like your skin has been moisturized overnight, which is why I love it. There's no fragrance, there's no extra anything. It's just very comforting and moisturizing. I love it, and it doesn't cost very much, which is added bonus. This is where it's going to get a little bit tricky because I don't do the exact same thing every night. That would be my basic thing. If my skin were feeling extra dry, I would add in the snail mucin. If it isn't, I will sometimes add this Derma E Advanced Peptides and Collagen Moisturizer. I will sometimes add this in place of my Cosrx Rice Moisturizer, or I will put a thin layer of this on after the Matrixyl, let that absorb for a few minutes, and then top just my driest areas off with this. This is actually a really good moisturizer on its own. It does have a fairly strong scent, and the scent is almost acidic. It's kind of hard to define what it is. It does not bother me. I actually kind of like it a little bit, but there are those who have used it who have hated it and returned it, so you might want to smell it if you're thinking about getting it. But it's just full of peptides and collagen, which are very anti-aging. They cause your skin to start to turn over a lot faster, more youthful skin. So it's a great product. It does come in this tub, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm always using clean hands, so I don't really have a problem with it. Or I can use one of those little spatulas. You could use this as your only moisturizer. It's really nice if you can tolerate that scent. I wish I knew what it was. So 3 nights of the week, I use the 0.05 Retin-A. I can't tolerate the 0.01 or 0.1, I guess it is. I can't tolerate that. So I'm happy to use 3 times a week my Retin-A. When I use Retin-A, I use my Aven Thermal spray. Let that sit for a minute, and then I put on my Retin-A and I follow up with my moisturizers. I can add the Snail, I can add the peptides, or I can just put the Ultimate Nourishing Rice Mask on top of that, and I'm done. That's 3 nights a week. Then 1 night a week, I will exfoliate. I will either do it very gently or I will up it depending on the condition of my skin. I have 3 different chemical exfoliators. I don't use physical exfoliators on a regular basis. So the 3 that I choose to draw from are the first one is from The Ordinary. It's AHA 30%, BHA 2% peeling solution. This one you have to read the directions very carefully and follow them. This is really strong, and you want to set the timer or watch the time very carefully when using this. I've not had any issues with it, and I have fairly sensitive skin. So it's worked great. It's going to last forever. Then the next step down from that would be my Farmacy Honeymoon Glow, and I love having this because some nights I don't want to take the time to apply this, time it, wash it off, and then apply my moisturizers on top of it. This one, I can wash my face, spray on the water, let that sit, and then apply 1 to 2 pumps of this Honeymoon Glow. It's a leave-on AHA, and this one is slightly more gentle, I would say, than the the ordinary. So you would not use them on the same night. You do not have to use them every week. You just have to pay attention to what your skin needs. More often than not, I'm using this product, which is by Cosrx. It's the PHA Moisture Renewal Power Cream. This one is the most gentle of all three of the resurfacers. This one looks like this. It's just a cream. It does not need to be washed off. You put a thin layer on and then you can top it with the moisturizer that you like. And I can use that one on my neck. The other two I do not use on my neck. My neck is far too sensitive, but this one I can. And then the last thing I would do on any of the nights would be my eye cream. And what I'm still continuing to enjoy is the Rejuve Eye Repair Gel that I shared in my morning skincare. And this one looks like aloe vera gel. Comes in this tub. Unfortunately, it does have a fragrance. I wish it didn't, but it's performed exceptionally well for me. I just take a tiny bit on my finger, very, very, very small amount, tap it on underneath both my eyes and let it absorb just slightly. And then I go over it with my Kora Organics Noni Eye Radiant Eye Oil. And it's got the roller ball here. I'll do a roll, tap it in, and then I'm done with that. And then actually the very last thing I would do would be to put on my Revitalash Advanced Eyelash Serum. This is just a small container of it. It comes in a larger size. And what it looks like an eyeliner. And after you've taken off all of your makeup, you would close your eye and then run this right along the top of your lash line on both sides. It doesn't sting, it doesn't discolor your iris. It is kind of expensive, but it definitely works. And everyone that I have known that has used this, it's worked for. So if you're experiencing shorter lashes or fewer lashes, sparse lashes, it really will work. It just takes several weeks. You've got to keep at it. But even though this is tiny, this will last, I would say, probably 4 months, maybe longer, depending. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me that in the comment section below. I will list and link everything down underneath the Show More section or the little upside down triangle. If you push those, that will open up and you can see the products if you're interested in researching them further for yourself. I have found great success in using these items, and just be very aware of your skin, what works, what doesn't. I wouldn't start with everything being brand new. I would introduce one new thing at a time so you can see if your skin tolerates it, if you enjoy using it, and that way you don't waste money or time returning things. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.